guys, welcome to Bastion Time. I am your host Bastion. This is Nintendo News. Let's get to that news. This is a very amusing story for me because I grew up watching Captain N the Game Master and thinking, do they know what these games are? Because these are not the games. So many of the characters bear practically no resemblance to what they should have been like in-game. The lands didn't really seem like what they should have been. It was very strange. One interesting thing, though, that recently occurred to me about Captain and the Game Master is I'm a big fan of the TV show Adventure Time, and BMO is obviously inspired by a character from Captain and the Game Master, which is a walking, talking Game Boy. I never really put two and two together, but anyways. So the interesting aspect of this story is that one of the writers from Captain and the Game Master was being interviewed recently, and he said basically, yeah, didn't really know anything about any of the games, didn't really play them or whatever. What he said is they sent him some of the games, and he'd play them a little bit to kind of get a basic feel for them, but that they were not required to follow anything from the games, really. And that is obvious, because nothing in Captain N really matches up to the games that they're based on. Except for sometimes they would go to Hyrule, but even then, when they would go to Hyrule, in Captain N, it was very strange because it was like a futuristic version of Hyrule where things were slightly sci-fi looking, and even though it was based on the Zelda cartoon series from the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, just altered slightly to kind of fit in with the Captain N aesthetic. Very strange, but it's not at all surprising to hear, after all of these years, yeah, the writers knew absolutely nothing about the video games they were writing about. And our final story is another blatant Mario clone. On the iOS, he's wearing a top hat that's covering most of his face. There are some slight sprite changes, but it's basically the Super Mario World sprites. It's ridiculous. By the time this video comes out, maybe that clone will not be on the iOS store anymore, but I don't even understand the point of this kind of thing, because it's like playing a platformer on an iOS device isn't fun, at least for me. It's not. Those two things are not compatible, but well. Anyways, that is it for this episode of Nintendo News. See you guys tomorrow for more news. Bye, guys.